I have a question. How much does it cost to charge that?
So no, we're not on camera.
Why? I look my best right now.
Morning, folks. We have 729 miles left, or 12 hours, and it's going to be all in the rain. So hopefully the rain doesn't leak into the car. Well, everything's working as planned. Windshield wipers are working nicely. This is not something that I get to test much in Phoenix, but looks like all of today is going to be in the rain, which I'm not looking forward to. Tough to make time. Don't want to speed and hydroplane, die. I just want to get to my destination. So we're going to be cruising along today, charging up in the rain. Instead of dancing in the rain, it's charging in the rain. Just entered Missouri, or as I like to say, Missouri. Next stop is Springfield. That's where our next supercharger is. I just went through the most treacherous rain of all time. It was awful. But anyways, it's just clearing up now, so we're doing all right. The only thing is I did get a warning. It said stay under 70 miles per hour to make it to your destination. I have 74 miles of charge, and I have 43 miles to get to the destination. So I think we'll be okay, but I did get that warning. So it says I'm going to get to the Springfield supercharger with 2% charge, which is, I mean, I think that's the lowest I've ever gotten it to. I'm trying to draft these trucks here, which actually really helps. You get about 4 car lengths from a truck. That's like the perfect distance to be able to draft, and it increases your range significantly. So maybe by 30 or 40% when you're drafting at the proper distance. So I was testing it the other night when I went on the energy part of the car. If you click there and then go to energy, and you draft a truck and you go to instant range, you'll see your range start to increase right away. You'll be going the same speed, but you'll be drafting and you'll see your projected range increasing. So something to try out. So the drafting has worked. I'm at now 5% we're showing at the Springfield supercharger. Yeah, that's not fun. And another thing is that this is the best case scenario because it's just me in the car. There's not much weight in the car. So if I had other people in here, if you had a family and you're doing these types of things, this is what you need to think about and plan out. Be like, okay, at this supercharger, here's where the restaurants are. We're gonna eat at this one. And just having a plan in place to make sure you're being as efficient with your time as possible. If you need to get somewhere in a timely manner, you do need to plan out probably your eating and your supercharging all at the same time. Like last night, I didn't have a plan for a hotel. I was just driving and gonna go wherever. But I knew that going slightly off route, staying overnight, the car loses a couple percent. It just makes it closer and closer. You know, you're just narrowing down your margins for error. Just something you have to pay attention to. So I'm gonna keep drafting this truck and going at a slower speed, and we should be fine. But you can see it does happen. You get very close sometimes, whereas a gas car you can pull over and there's gonna be a station anywhere. I will say though, if it really was a serious concern and I didn't think I was going to get there, there probably are other chargers in the area. Like where I pulled off from my hotel last night, there was a random 2 stalls for EV charging, and I'm sure I could have just created an account and charged up there, but just something to think about. There's a sticker on the back of this charger right here that says my other ride is my ex-wife. So I thought that was kind of funny. Also, Ford Raptor coming up here. At the Springfield charger, I've gotten it up to 9% charge that we're going to have there. So I was able to recover just by drafting the truck and driving at about 65, 66 miles per hour. So now I'm just going 70, speed limit 70, just keeping it right there to still be safe getting to the supercharger. But all is good now. Everything is fine. That's usually how it ends up going. You see the range getting very close to 0, and I think on their end it's a little conservative just for your safety. You can always just slow down, and if you can, draft a truck, and that definitely helps increase your range on whatever Tesla you have. Really any electric vehicle or any gas-powered car. That's the thing we forget. It's the same thing happens with gas-powered cars. It's just that gas stations are a lot more prevalent. I wish I had recordings of all of these billboards I'm going by, but there was one I just went by. It's a museum and aquarium, and it says voted America's #1 new attraction. Who voted on that? America's #1 new attraction. Think of all the things that were built in America in the past year. And you're telling me that an aquarium and a museum with fake woolly mammoths is America's #1 attraction. I want to recount on those votes. Huge storm cloud way out there. I'm just gonna get nailed with rain again. It's coming. It's okay though, I'm ready for it. And as this sign says, Jesus live on stage. Oh my God. Get to see Jesus live? See, there's so many things crossing this country, you realize, like the amount of times that I've had the opportunity to see Jesus and walk with him on this trip is remarkable. And I recommend, if you're looking for Jesus, that you take this Mecca, because you will find him and you will walk with the Lord, as these billboards say. Best of luck. The sign back there said, serve the poor like Jesus did. If Jesus came back today, I think he would still be serving the poor, absolutely. However, he would have brand deals like you couldn't imagine. Like if you think Jordan did it well with Nike and within the Jordan brand, Jesus would have he'd be uncancelable, and he would have every oh my God, the money they'd throw at Jesus. I mean, if there's ever a time to come back, it's now. Batteries being preconditioned for fast charging. It's always nice. You can kind of hear it. I heard like a high-pitched noise, or you can hear the battery. I don't know if heating up in some way, however that works, but great technology. I'm starting to think that Tesla has some type of deal with the Holiday Inn, because there's like 3 or 4 now that have been in Holiday Inn parking lots. I'm not sure exactly where this one is at, but it's interesting how close they are. Got a nice Bullet Mustang here. And here we are at the superchargers. So we're plugged in here, and I've actually never seen this before, where they have a squeegee here to clean off your windshield, and they have a garbage can. They have 2 of them. So kind of a nice feature. Normally these things, you're walking over to the gas station or whatever to throw things away, but they've actually accommodated for the superchargers, which is nice. But here's a look at where I'm at. It's about 70 degrees, I think, outside, 71, and it's humid. Feels so good. That was a little worrisome. That'll probably be the worst part of the trip as far as charging goes. The guy I met at the supercharger last night, he was a really nice guy. He asked if he could have my phone number. He was, I think he was Filipino. We were having trouble understanding each other, but I gave him some stuff from Tomei. And he texted me and said, it's so great to meet my best friends on my journey. So I'm now his best friend. And who knows? He said, I look forward to seeing you soon. I tried to explain, like, Philadelphia is nowhere close to Pittsburgh. It's 4 or 5 hours, but he wasn't having it. We're best friends, and we're going to see each other again. So that's the update on my new friend. Another update for you here. Looks like the vinyl RIP. Yeah, we're gonna have to replace that. So one other thing I want to show you guys is the seals up front. Everything worked well. I went through blinding rain, and there is no water that's leaked into here. It did get right here because it was dripping off this part of the hood. But other than that, totally dry. No issues with the seals on the car. Some people had complained that their Teslas were had leaking issues. I've never had any of that. Mine's been totally fine. And that guy, it's amazing how interested people are in Tesla. The guy walked over and goes, what's it cost? Like, he just didn't know how it worked. He walked up behind the supercharger. He was just like, where do you pay? And I was like, it's just connected to your car, and that's how it works. And then the other guy who I just talked to, he just had all kinds of questions. How do the door handles work? How's the car? How do you like it? People are fascinated by this, and the fact that you're filling up your gas car here and you see someone right here charging up an electric car. It's an interesting thing, and that's why I'm happy to make these videos showing you that you can basically do within reason what you need to with an electric vehicle. I think the play right now is, if you can have 2 cars, if you can afford to have 2 cars, like if you have a wife, a partner, whoever, you should have one that's gas and you should have one that's electric. Because around town you're going to gravitate toward driving the electric car, and then when you need to go on a really long trip, you need to make time, you take the gas car. How you doing?
Hey, can I look at your car?
Yeah, you can look at it.
That's one of the...
Tesla.
Yeah, that's a Tesla.
Yeah, Yeah, sit in it, do whatever.
Do you care if I take a couple of pictures of it? My boys want one of these Teslas so bad it's unreal.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
I'm going to show them this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long does it take to charge it?
So, I have 10 minutes left. It varies based on how far you need to go.
How far?
So I'm coming from Arizona right now.
No shit.
Yeah.
Where you headed?
So I'm Pittsburgh. God
almighty, boy, that...
Yeah. So it has all of these superchargers mapped out in the navigation.
Yeah.
So I can get there. But yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
I know, yeah.
Well, that dude is clean on the inside.
Yeah, it is.
Do you care if I get a picture of that?
No, yeah, you can sit in it. You can.
No, I don't want to sit in it. I just want to. My boys want one of these so bad.
Yeah.
It's unreal. I can't believe how clean it looks on the inside. Yeah. That is awesome.
Yeah, I'll open this trunk up too.
Fucking A. It's a badass little car.
It is, and it's fast too.
Really? How fast will it go?
0 to 60 is 4.8 seconds.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
And yeah, I love this stuff.
Wow, that son of a bitch has got room.
I know. I got this mattress in here if I needed to stop and.
Sir, I have a question. How much does it cost to charge that?
So it would be about $10.
$10.
Yeah.
To charge.
To get it all charged up. Yeah.
So okay. So how long will you sit here and charge?
So I have 5 minutes left. It was about a 20-minute charge. So the longest one I've had was about 45 minutes, and that's because I had to go a big gap across Texas Panhandle. Yeah. Normally it's between 10 and 20 minutes.
I'll be dead.
Yeah. So I just get out, walk around.
So now, on this charge right here, how far will you be able to go?
So right now I have 166 miles of range. It's going to charge it up to probably around 200.
So let me ask you this: do you start panicking when you kind of start looking for a place to charge?
So this, no, because if
it tells you exactly.
Yeah.
Where
So you can, you can see here. It says like supercharger in Rolla, and then a supercharger in Collinsville. So it shows me I have to charge here for 25 minutes, here for 15, here for 25.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
I was wondering how that works.
Yeah.
Like I said, my boys want one of these so bad it's unreal.
I know, and they just keep getting better. So it's
now,
you see what I'm saying? Like, people love this car, man. What nice people. They're just interested. There's such nice people here in the Midwest. Like, just genuine good people. They listen to you. Like, you kind of, when you move into like bigger cities and more metropolitan areas, no one wants to listen. No one listens to one another. Everyone's trying to one-up or talk or tell their story. Whereas, like, those people just listening to me talk about the car, they were genuinely interested, and then they asked questions, and we had a dialogue. It's just really nice people. But you can see people of all different walks of life like these cars and find them to be desirable.
Right onto North Kentwood Avenue.
So we're headed to Kentwood Avenue, and our journey will continue. Another thing that people forget about Teslas, this is an American-made car. Sorry, I'm distracted by the billboard that says, "Visit Uranus." Oh, man. But it's a fully American-made car. Like when I did my video on people's reactions, I have the card at the top of the screen you can click on, but when I did the reactions comparing the Mustang Mach-E to the Tesla Model Y, some people said, oh, I'm going with Ford because I'm a Ford person. It's like, are you a Ford person or are you a Made in America person? Because if you're Made in America, this is the most Made in America car. I mean, it's built totally in the United States. The Mustang Mach-Es are built in Mexico. So my mom texted me and said, where'd you stay last night? And I just replied, strip club. And she replied back, at least you were entertained. It's pretty funny, Mom. You got me on that one. So we hit some traffic here in Missouri. I gotta say, it's so relaxing how the autopilot is with the car. I don't have full self-driving, but autopilot with adaptive cruise, and it steers itself and you just kind of have a hand on the wheel, is so much more relaxing than having to fully 100% be controlling the car. And I also trust it as well. I don't trust it to just sit back like this. I usually have my hand on the wheel, just kind of guiding it, but it does a great job and it's safe. There's 2 times that stick out in my head, that not on this trip, where the car has braked and gotten out of the way of objects on the road or cars stopped. It's very safe. I think it's very reliable. I think a lot of the garbage you see on the news, like, oh, autopilot drove into a wall. It's like, yeah, well, the person was sleeping. You should not, it says to not do that. I just think it's an amazing system. So yeah, the next supercharger is Rolla, Missouri. I'm gonna get there with 24% battery, so no worry on battery. It's just, hopefully this traffic picks up. Another day, another supercharger. Charging her up. Just looking good, rolling good, feeling good. I feel good. I love the humidity. I just love it. Badge has stayed stationary. I actually have another one in the car. I'll just replace it once I'm home and can actually clean it up. But man, I just love how this thing looks. 1/4 of an inch lower. Looks amazing. All right, I'm missing the exit. Maybe I can squeeze in a truck. Can I squeeze?
Squeeze it.
Oh yeah, I got it. I did it. Oh, dude, I just skipped a mile of cars.
Good.
Already posted, like ready. Just went through St. Louis, some type of racetrack right over there from my left shoulder, and saw the Gateway Arch, or as I referred to it before as the Golden Gate Bridge. It's stupid. Yeah, we're just rolling along here. Everything is good. Car is still great, and I have nothing exciting to report. I will say that I have somehow have not gotten tired on this trip, which is mind-boggling to me, because usually I fall asleep at the wheel. Just end up in the middle of the woods somewhere, but not on this trip. There we go, baby. First V3 charger of the trip. You can see I'm getting 195 kilowatts. If I had like 10 miles of range left, I'd be getting over 1,000 miles of charging per hour. So awesome. This is crazy. The whole way across the country, this has been the first one that I've hit that has the V3 supercharger. So yeah, we're just outside of St. Louis. I'm gonna probably go eat Freddy's. Be out of here in 11 minutes. So my car actually finished charging while I was at Freddy's waiting for my food. So supercharging is faster than fast food. Two things I want to note at this V3 supercharger. One, there's some kind of demonic bug right there. Two, there is also a stake here you can stab werewolves with. And three, it looks like it's probably going to collapse at some point. So I need to go back to Freddy's because I left my drink at my table to save my space. And that's that. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to catch this on camera, but a Bentley Bentayga just came up beside me. He was like coming up fast behind me, and I was on cruise control, but I got off cruise control and just hit it as soon as he got by me. And we were in a construction zone, and I immediately like slowed down. He went past the construction zone sign. It picked his speed up at 114 in a 45. Oh my God, I was laughing so hard because all I did was just hit it a little bit to just go pull even with him. Oh my God, I was laughing so hard. Anyways, in a construction zone just outside of St. Louis. I am just smashing this trip. This is no problem. I need something that's hard. I need to drive to Hawaii. That would be hard. This is not hard. I didn't get tired the whole way here. I mean, maybe I need to go to Maine and then drive in reverse back to Arizona. I don't know. But this car just made it easy. The quick supercharger trips and those V3 chargers, I mean, as soon as all the chargers are V3s, those are just monsters. I mean, you're looking at 10 minutes at most, 10, 11 minutes. Like I said, I had to run back from the fast food restaurant to get my car off of the supercharger. I just pulled it up to Freddy's. Hope you're enjoying the video. Hey, if you're not subscribed, I think this would be a nice time to subscribe and hit the like button. I'd appreciate it. Thank you. If you just did that, thank you. I'm motivated and inspired right now. Just being able to do what I'm doing, driving across the country. I quit my job in February and have increased the revenue, my income. Well, I mean, I dipped for a little while, obviously, leaving a job that pays about $100,000 a year and then going to YouTube. But I gotta be honest with you, I'm close to back up to that level already. And that's just in the few months that I've been able to fully commit myself to YouTube and being able to work with people that want to work with companies that want to sponsor the channel, put a little more effort into videos, make them slightly better, just to have the time to execute on my ideas. I think the reason that I'm telling you this is because if you have a self-belief, if if you've been doing something and there's something that just, you have a burning desire to do something, I'm not telling you quit your job and be a YouTuber, quit your job and go on Instagram and take pictures of your ass. That's not what I'm telling you to do. You may be afraid to take that leap, but deep down, if you've done your homework, like I've been doing YouTube for 10 years, I got to a point, I had money saved, and I was able to take that leap of faith, but I knew I would be okay. Even though every day I question, should I go back to job? Should I go back to safety? I have that deep core belief in myself, in this channel, and what I can make from YouTube and doing what I love for a living. So if you have that in you and you have it planned out, take the leap, whatever that is in your life, in your situation. It can be simple as asking someone to go out with you, or should you invest all of your money into a company. I'm happy I took the leap. Like I've said, there's people who I've met in my life who have made a lot of money, tens of millions is what I'm talking about, not $100,000. They have tens of millions of dollars in the bank. And when they talk about their life story, what I noticed, what I picked up in all of these situations and these people that I have met, and for other people who are out there that I've never met, but you read their biography or listen to their story, is there was a tipping point, there was a turning point where they took a leap. This may be my leap into that, but for me, it's not about making hundreds of millions of dollars. It's about doing what I love for a living sustainably. What I'm saying is these people at some point got very rich because they took a leap. They took a bet on themselves and it worked. And maybe it wasn't the first bet, maybe it was the 10th bet on themselves, but it worked. And that's all I'm saying. You'll never get to where you want to be if you live in fear. So just keep that in mind. I know when I was not sure if I should quit my job or go to YouTube or do what to do, I was constantly scouring YouTube for looking for those words of wisdom to make the leap. So that's why I'm telling you this, because I know it will help someone else who's out there. So I'm done being Gary Vee for now. We'll go back to car stuff. Another thing I want to comment on is the roof here. If you haven't seen it, I just wrapped the roof in a white metallic color. It's not an exact match because we didn't have time to get the exact paint match in. They do manufacture it, but the warehouses that make that burnt down, so they're having an issue. But anyways, I haven't even thought about the heat that usually comes through on the ceiling in here. So this has been a nice option. A lot of people can't imagine not having their panoramic roof. Personally don't look out at that much. It's been a great option to be blocking out that heat and letting the AC actually do its job, because I drove through Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, so I've driven through some of the hottest states and haven't even thought about it. Whereas normally that heat that comes through midday right on your head, it's not like it's blistering hot on your head, it's more that it's warm, and the AC can never quite catch up unless it's just blowing full blast, which makes the car run more inefficiently. So it's worked great. If you don't care about your panoramic roof, that's something Dynamic Tint can do for you out in Arizona, where I get my stuff done. They just might have to custom order the color match of your car, but they can do it for any color: blue, white, yellow, red, green, whatever you need, they'll be able to paint match it. So I am at my last supercharger stop before I'm at my friend Nate's house, and honestly I might go to one more just so I'm charged up for the morning. So I'm at the last one, and I just got moved up to 571 miles per hour. There was another Tesla over here that was drawing on the charge, so now it's gone up from like 270 all the way up to 580 right now charging. So 30 minutes we'll be out of this one. This is probably one of the longest ones I've seen. When I first started charging here, it said I was going to be here for 55 minutes. That's dramatically dropped because people have left the supercharger. But you can see if I haven't had any issues on this trip with superchargers being packed. There's been generally no one here. As I've gotten closer to metropolitan areas, as you'd expect, there's a lot more people. So just outside of Indianapolis, and that's the situation. So we're almost to Columbus. It's been an easy trip. Decided to rest for 2 days. So we're right at South Indianapolis, as I said earlier when I stopped here. Eric, subscriber of the channel, supporter of the channel. We like Eric. We need more Erics. So he was just showing me, he does have the 19-inch wheels. And like I said, these look amazing. It has the, is this the Tesla finishing set?
That's the official set, yeah.
Yeah, so that's the official Tesla finishing set. And you can see it has nice some concavity to it. It's a good color. to the 20-inch wheels. So if you want a slightly better ride quality, probably better range, because there's not as much unsprung mass in the wheels, that's going to be a great option for you. I just think it looks great. And then if you're on a longer trip and you want to throw on the hubcaps, you can always do that. But I hooked Eric up with some accessories from Tomei. So again, code Gjeebs, 10% off. He's got them right there. So if I see it, sorry about the wind, it's going to be bad. But if I see anyone, if I see anyone else, I'm happy to give this stuff away. So I hope to see you guys out there. And you actually did a nice job of it. I see a lot of people where they do this, but it's like off, it's crooked.
It took me like 40 minutes just to like align it.
Yeah, that looks really nice.
Thank you.
Where did you get these
Those are
letters?
Teslas.
Oh, okay.
Like letters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks great.
Like,
There's a road here called Mount Comfort Road. And I was just thinking, what if Mount Comfort was just a big mound of ice cream? Good old Mount Comfort. That wasn't that funny. I absolutely love meeting you guys that have seen the channel and you're like, hey, you're part of the reason I bought the Y, or you're why I bought the Model Y. Like, just crazy that you can go on this website called youtube.com and you make videos, and in real life you meet the people that view them, or you meet the people making the videos. It's just it's a crazy thing. Because I remember back in like 2006 going to YouTube, I would type in youtube.com to watch, like, I would just type in funny shit. That's what I would type in on YouTube. It was just kind of funny how it all transformed into, like, you know, that's what I do for a living, and it's a business. But Eric, thank you for saying something. Great meeting you. Hope you enjoy the accessories, and hopefully I can get rid of all the other accessories I have on this trip to help increase my range. Also, Eric made a hilarious point. He said, because I was like, yeah, the roof wrap doesn't quite match the exterior color, but he's like, well, it matches the front bumper. I was like, you know what? You're dead on. It's actually a better idea to get a paint that doesn't match, because that goes with the rest of the car. Just like these panel gaps here. They're uneven, and so is the rest of the car, and like that's how it should be. You need to embrace your differences. Don't hide them. So we're in Columbus, Ohio, named after Christopher Columbus, the murderer. I'm kidding. Picking up my friend Nate, Nacho Nate. Him and I worked at Steeler Camp together growing up, and he served nachos better than anyone I've ever witnessed. So I'm going to pick him up. I think he's all boozed up at the wedding. And to get here, I went anything but the speed limit.
Right lane.
God, is this thing fun to drive. It's fun to drive in cities because it's remarkably fast and quick, and accelerates quick, and it's quiet. So no one knows you're going fast, and I'm in the wrong turn lane. Sorry, sir, yeah. So what the f*** is this road? Is this cobblestone? Is this England?
So this is a accomplished John Glenn lived there.
The astronaut?
Yeah.
He's dead.
He's dead. He passed away.
Oh, the astronaut.
Yes, the astronaut. Camera. No, we're not on camera.
Why? I look my best right now.
West
How
of
many
Dayton.
miles are we going per hour?
We're going back to Arizona.
Good.
shit.
Just drive. I don't want to hear another word.
There are no latches.
Put your seatbelt on.
Hell. That's fun. Do it again.
More fun from a stop. Should we race this guy?
Yeah. Okay, so someone got injured.
Okay, left or straight?
Left.
That's the pace car.
Yeah, put on the circle.
I was put here to work.
What? You don't have a dashboard?
No, it's all right here.
What the?